Today I'm going to take you through a quick abs workout that you can do at home as a no repeat follow along. We're going to do 12 exercises doing 30 seconds of each. Let's get right into it. First up, we've got some oblique tuck crunches. So if you lie on to your left side slightly with this arm down, you're going to be hovering your feet off the floor and your right hand is going to come above your head. You should be half facing the ceiling and half facing the side. Let's go. I want you to touch the top edge of your foot and then open back out. You can keep your elbow and forearm on the floor. You can hinge up onto it like I am. Tuck those knees into the chest instead of flicking them back towards the glutes. So we've got 5-second transition. Let's take it to the other side. Hovering ready. So you want to make sure you touch that top edge of the top foot. We're opening back out. We're slightly facing the ceiling, but also slightly facing the side. Hitting those obliques nicely. Tucking the knees into the chest. Starting to feel the burn already. Okay, next up we've got a reverse crunch. So you're going to lie on your back, hands by your side. You're going to have bent legs. Try not to push too hard off the floor. And we're going to roll your knees up towards your chest. And you're going to lower them with control. Try and keep a fixed knee angle throughout. If you find it better, you can take your head off the floor. Sometimes I find that I can feel my abs better like this. However, if you've got weak neck muscles, you might find this uncomfortable, so feel free to keep your head down. And recover for a second. We're going to go to ankle taps. So we're going to have your feet flat. You're going to come into a slight crunch position, and we're going to be doing taps side to side on the ankle whilst maintaining the crunch. So touch one ankle, touch the other, and just keep repeating. We're not going up and down, we're staying in the crunch position. This is a real burner. If you're struggling, just shuffle your feet slightly closer. Definitely feeling it already. Like I said, this is a quick ab routine, but that does not mean it's an easy one. All right, one you might recognize now. We're going to do a side plank. So I'm going to start on my left side, but don't worry which one. Either's fine. Get ready to go. And let's go. So you're bracing your core. You're pushing away through the shoulder. Don't sink into that shoulder. Hold in the side plank position. If you're struggling, you could do a beginner variation where you bend the bottom knee in half like that, but keep the top leg straight. That's called a half side plank. Takes a little bit of weight out the shoulder, makes it a little easier, but just pick whichever one suits you. All right, quick transition to the other side. And we're off. Again, if you prefer to do that half side plank variation, that's absolutely fine. But if you can stay with me for this full one, that'd be awesome. Don't forget to breathe and keep that core engaged whilst you're breathing. All right, next up we've got some alternating V-ups. Now you can do these as a full V-up or you can do them as a crunch. I'll show you a little bit of both. I'll start with the full V-up. So we're going to alternate legs, but send the hands and the body every time. This is a full alternating V-up because I'm coming right up onto my tailbone. But if you're struggling with this, maybe if you've got any lower back issues, you might want to just do this alternating V up, more of a crunch style, where we're still reaching, getting a nice ab engagement, but we're not coming all the way up onto the tailbone. Great job, abs fatigued. Next, we're gonna work the transverse abs. So that's like your corset abs. And we're gonna do a dead bug. So if you bring your knees to 90-degree angles, arms straight, and you're gonna do opposites drop. Whilst two drop down, the other are gonna stay where they are. You want your shins parallel to the floor. And the whole point of a dead bug is that you keep your lower back pressed nice and tight to the floor without overarching. So that's really important. Can be a coordination nightmare if you're not used to it. It gets easy with practice. All right, you can place your feet down. We've got a reaching crunch next. So it's only gonna be a small movement, but it's definitely still a burner. So you're gonna have your hands straight like this. And we're not looking for a full sit-up, we're just looking for a reach and squeeze. So up, squeeze, slowly down, and then straight back up. Squeeze, slowly down, and repeat. So stack your abs up and together. We're gonna hold at the top for a second. We don't need to hold at the bottom. We wanna maintain that time under tension. Great job. Okay, we're gonna do one of my favorites now. It's called a hollow hold. Again, good for the transverse abs. You'll feel the center section, your rectus abdominis working too. I'll show you a couple of variations. I want you to start tucking into a ball like this and then let go. This is the beginner variation. If you're finding this easy, drop one leg out. If you're finding this easy, hands above your head. And if you're finding this easy, out into a full hollow. Just pick whichever variation suits you. Again, your lower back should be pressed flat into the floor, and my abs are burning. Oh, that's a killer. Okay, we've got a controlled bicycle crunch next. So you're gonna almost straighten your legs, but I've got a slight bend to the knees. I'm gonna put my hands on my temples, and we're gonna go opposite knee to opposite elbow. You're gonna crunch across. I'm gonna return that heel to the floor and go to the other side. So it's a bit different to a classic bicycle crunch because we're adding a little bit more control. It's almost like a stepping oblique crunch. So opposite knee towards the opposite elbow, and then I touch the other elbow gently on the floor to give me that rotation. And when I'm in this open position, we're trying to again keep that lower back engaged. Well, abs engaged, lower back to the floor. Great job. Okay, final one, stick with me. We're gonna finish with a front plank. So flipping it over, gonna come onto the forearms. And let's go. Okay, I want you to engage the glutes. I want you to squeeze the abs together. I don't want your hips to be drooping too low, and I don't want you to be sticking them in the air. If you can do a slight pelvic tilt, squeezing the glutes, squeezing your abs together, that'd be great. Almost pull your toes towards your elbows and pull your elbows towards your toes, compressing that center space. I can feel it. I'm sure you can as well. Oh. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below, how did you find that workout and where in the world are you following along from? If you fancy checking out one of my other workouts, I'll link one here. And here's a playlist of all my bodyweight workouts. Hit the thumbs up button, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you soon.